Sanji gives his raid suit to Usopp, a new power-up. Hi everyone, Flying Panda. This is the final time I'll talk about One Piece chapter 903, and this is about Sanji's Germa 66 raid suit. I'm quite late on this, I know, with Gear 5 and Ben Beckman already speaking about the power-up for Sanji, but I'm not talking about that topic. Before I begin, isn't it interesting that in One Piece chapter 872, the 20th anniversary issue, in the cover page, we saw the Strawhats with the Germa 66 raid suits on. We even saw Sanji wearing one. Now we've seen One Piece chapter 903 that Sanji was sneakily given one by Niji, and it was clear that he does not want it. But the question is, does he really need it? Many people believe that Sanji needs a huge power-up like the exoskeleton or the raid suit. Although it would be cool to see Sanji have these for a brief period of time, it really wouldn't make sense for his character. Sanji is already powerful without the raid suits, despite many people believing that he is weak. Sanji, however, has already displayed moves that were powerful, but we have not seen Sanji execute these moves in a real one-to-one fight yet. So this power-up is not needed at all for Sanji, because during the time skip, he does not need to rotate to get his Diablo Jambe to appear. It seems that the raid suit enhances the elemental powers that Vin smokes, and connections with the exoskeleton to even become more superhuman. Besides the reason that Sanji is a failure due to his mother's interference, Vinsmoke Sora loved all her children, and it was that love which motivates her to risk her own life. While she was pregnant with their fourth son, she took a drug that was intended to counteract the effects of the genetic modification surgery Judge would ultimately force her to undergo. However, the drug failed to work on Ichini, Niji and Yonji, leaving Sanji as the only one capable of experiencing empathy. But then, if this was to be used for Sanji, then what was the point of the 2-year training? I don't believe it would be similar to Tony Chopper's "I will be a real monster" ideology, to become a monster to help Luffy. Not only is he hated for Vinsmoke, but also it doesn't work on him, unless it was based on Sanji's DNA. Even though it's not a success in terms of superhuman strength, it does not change the fact that the raid suits only work on the individual's DNA, and in this case, Sanji. After all this, you understand that I don't agree with it, and leads to the next point. I believe Sanji will give this raid suit to another Straw Hat. It's then stated later that the suits won't work for Luffy, who is trying to use it, which reinstates further that where things stand is for Sanji and Sanji only. Him getting the suit is proof that his family accepts him. Whether Sanji doesn't want to accept it, he will have to use it one day. Oda wouldn't reintroduce the idea of a raid suit specifically for Sanji if he didn't intend for it to be used at some point. It's not against Sanji's character to put his friend's safety above his own hatred for his family, but no, Sanji's year is over, and it goes back to the chapter cover page of 872 that it is possible that any of Strawhats could use it, and that the characters I believe to use it will be Usopp. To me, it makes the most sense, and here's my reasons. People always say Usopp will always be the weakest Straw Hat, even weaker than Nami and Chopper, because Oda once vaguely stated that he always wanted Usopp to be the weakest in the crew. Oda wanted us to relate to Usopp the most, and this happened when he constantly been getting power-ups like Gogo, Dials and new weapons. In terms of strength, his fighting style has remained the same, and if you can see the trend here, he constantly gets power-ups from different arcs. Mostly to enhance his offensive sniper skills, but could the raid suits be the one that protects him defensively? All of the crew have power-ups, and they don't need the raid suit, barring Nami and Usopp. But also, due to Nami and even Robin, if you don't find these kind of things cool, and Nami just recently acquired Zeus, it makes sense for Usopp to get it. Most people need to be stronger than an enemy to overcome them. Zoro literally taught himself to cut steel in the middle of a fight, so he could become stronger than his steel-bodied opponent. This is how the monster trio fights. Usopp is different. He'll never be a monster, he'll always be the weaker guy in any fight, but he will still win. Usopp doesn't need to be stronger than any opponent to overcome them. He is the weak who defeats the mighty. He is the human spirit that can overthrow giants. He's the David who always defeats the Goliath, who's obviously stronger than him. That's what makes USOPP special. Now, going back to the point that the raid suits only work for USOPP, then they need a scientist in the mode of Vegapunk to do this. Let's break it down to a lower scientist in Vinsmoke Judge, and let's go down further to Frankie. Can he do it? Can he reverse engineer the suits? Gear 5 already spoken about this, so check that video out. Anyways, what do you think? Would Sanji give his raid suit to USOPP? Thanks for watching the video. Please leave a comment down below. Please click like, and if you haven't, please subscribe to Flying Panda.